So, how to essentially fix your, well, 90% of the ways on how to fix your computer. Kind of. It's more of the troubleshooting things and how to have your programs not act up, whether it's buggy or glitchy or whatever else it is. 90% of the way on how to fix it is usually this. This Netflix stuff, PRM. If you're trying to do live streaming or anything else like that, and it's preventing some sort of weird capture, or it's having some sort of black screen. Okay. Didn't think I had to spell it out. I guess I have to do it the other way. Yeah, I guess it is the other one. Yeah. Essentially, it's hardware acceleration. Oops. Hardware. I'm typing with one hand. Yep, that's why. Use hardware acceleration. Like, literally, it would turn that off, and it's basically a hook that's attached. You want to prevent the hook, and that's why. I'm going around it because I'm doing a monitor capture instead of a window capture, so I would have to deal with that. But if it's on Discord or Skype or anything else like that, and you're doing an application capture, having that on will prevent it. You will still be able to capture it, but you're not going to see anything. Also, might end up lagging too if you have it on. Otherwise, where'd it go? Okay, there. The highest I've ever seen this go, as in the megabytes or whatever, is like 2.something gigs, because it was like 3 years of not cleaning up, so it can get pretty big. Reason for it either gets too big that the browser can't handle, or some of the files get corrupted within whatever it's storing. You would clear the cache, not the cookies. Cookies is to store your passwords and logins and everything. Cache is to store your temporary pictures and all that other nonsense, like that type of stuff. You would do that from this button, or go from here, and your cache is in here. This repopulates. You can delete this, it'll repopulate it. Deleting this does not delete the login or anything. This one deletes your login. This one doesn't. If you want to make sure, you can do folder, create a folder called backup or BK or whatever, and just put all the folders in there, and it'll repopulate with whatever it does. And if you find it nice and good and everything, you can delete the BK. Otherwise, the reason why I'm having it in a folder is just in case you want to revert from a backup or whatever. Same thing with this one. You can do the BK, and it'll save it with whatever else it is. If you want to find out what the local low is, because there's usually an app data and then local low, because there's local low, and roaming. Local low is essentially whenever your computer is in safe mode, that's what your computer uses. It's a more lower access or deeper access into your computer, and that's mostly all that it is. You usually don't have to touch that. You don't have to usually mess with that one at all. If any of those methods don't actually work, or if your browser is not working and opening, I've had that problem before, but it's extensions or whatever. If it's extensions, you delete it or you find another one. There are some of them that I had that I do not have them on here anymore. Essentially, the old version of this, it was flagged as malicious, so I had to find this one instead. There's a couple of other ones. Sometimes I use some of them, other ones I don't use. Oh, there is HTTPS. I think think it's on this one. Okay, yeah. This you need to have in order for you to actually play YouTube videos. So I have a more privacy version of this, so this was turned off by default. I think Firefox has this on by default. This is off. It's a privacy thing. HTTPS everywhere. This is replaced in it on LibreWolf. Guessing Firefox still has it. I don't know for sure. I just know that there's this, and they might have replaced it just by this. Other than that, that's mostly it on the browser end. On Steam end, it would be right-clicking in a game, go to Properties, install files, verify integrity of game files. If you're not a gamer, you don't have to worry about that. Most other problems would actually get fixed by the command prompt. Right one? Yeah, right one. SFC scan now. You can try it. I've had almost no luck with the SFC scan. Most of the time that I've only ever seen it work is if it's a defragging problem. Otherwise, people say that works, people say it's great, go for it. I've never had really any success with it. I've had success with this one though. People usually just go straight to this. You can just copy and then paste. You paste through right clicking. You can also highlight and hit enter, and that also pastes. So up to you on how you want to do that. I'm not going to put the command. There's no need for me to do it. If you want to do it my way, I usually do scan health if it says that there are corruptions or whatever else that it says after it does the scan. Then I do restore health. I don't do restore health unless this one says that there's corruption, because at a certain point, why wait for this one if this one says that it's, oh, there's no corruption or anything? So there would be no point in that. But then if this one says corruption, then you fix it with this one. You go back to this one. Oh yeah, corruption has been fixed. Wonderful. That's also why I don't like this one. Because it'll say, oh, there's a bad problem and everything. Okay, can you fix it? Oh, they're just a bad problem. So what's the point? Hence, using this one instead. Actually, I could have just done that other one, but whatever. But yeah, and once after you fix it, then I just do the scan, and then I'll say, oh yeah, we already fixed everything. Great, wonderful. If it's still, then there is one other one, but it's kind of beyond the scope of the video because it has to do with restoring. I don't like restoring. There's only one, actually no, there's multiple scenarios where you can do restore. I personally don't like it because it basically says that you're working around the actual problem rather than actually fixing the problem. I like to tinker, I like to fix. Some people don't care to fix. Some people don't care to know what the problem is. They just want the problem to be fixed. I like to know what the problem was. So whenever it happens again, whether it's to other people or anything else like that, I can fix it. But if you don't care for that, go for it. Do recovery, and just know that if you do the recovery thing, you're going to have to download every single thing all over again. It does fix it, but that's the downside that you're going to have to deal with. To download every single thing all over again, actually, before showing that one, there's only one way that the recovery thing won't work. Bad cluster. If you have a bad cluster, then that just means your drive has... The reason why it's taking me so long to say this stuff, I'm trying to simplify very, very complex things. If you can't explain it in a simple term, you don't know what you're talking about. That's also an Einstein saying. So for bad cluster, essentially there's bad sectors on your drive. We call it bad clusters though. And those parts of the drive have been used up essentially, where you can no longer use those parts. It has been like there's a physical problem with those parts of the drive where you can no longer store information. The only way around it is to partition it. That does make more work for the searcher, the needle, the header, whatever you want to call it, and it will reduce the longevity of the drive. However, it will go around that problem and hopefully allow whatever is done. Just know your drive is near death. Hardware Info is actually one of those programs that will actually show the health of your drive. I know it does it really well on hard drives. I don't know too much for sure if it does it on SSDs as well. I think it does. I don't know for sure. I can probably look up one for SSDs. I don't really care to look one up for SSDs because, yeah, I might have them, but I would probably swap one out every like 5 to 10 years, so I don't need to worry too much about it. At the same time, there are like other, like Samsung software. It does the SSD scan health and everything else like that. There's many other ones. Each one has their own thing. So, As for the bad clusters, there's no point in showing bad clusters because it's only going to be a graph. It's like the defragging graph. That's all it is. That's all it's going to look like. Sometimes it's just the reduction of it being able to magnetize the actual plate. That's it. As for a bulk thing, Night, you just download whatever you need after doing whatever it is. Once you do the recovery, I'm not going to teach the recovery, mostly because of whenever people say, "Oh, I accidentally deleted all my stuff on my computer and everything." Yeah, basically just did a recovery. So since everyone knows how to accidentally delete, you should be able to purposely delete your computer as well. So yeah, there's no point in showing that one if everyone knows how to accidentally do it. So that's basically about it. That would actually fix 90% of your troubleshooting problems. And I guess enjoy, have fun, and oh, there's something that I did miss. If all else fails, turn it off and on again. And yes, that is a thing, and it does work, and I am a hypocrite for it because last time I didn't turn off my computer was, I think, about maybe 8 to 9 days ago. So, but whenever it does have a problem or whatever, I usually end up turning it off and on again. And it usually ends up fixing it. It's wonders on how much it actually fixes so many things. I probably will do a video on how it's dumb that you have to turn it off and on again and why it happens. But that's out of the scope of this video. And that's pretty much it. I will probably be making more videos like this that's more informational and everything, and just documenting everything as whatever I want. If you guys want any like questions, comments, concerns, whatever it is of anything to add on to it, or topics that you guys want me to cover, more than happy to. I'll cover it if I actually know about it and everything like that. I'm gonna do it anyway, as in the actual videos, if I know what the hell it is. But based off of the people's request, will probably be on the organization in which order I actually put it out, rather than just randomly giving others out. So, yeah. And thanks for watching. And I'm trying to make these videos short because I know how short of attention span people have. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you and see ya.